Have you noticed new car badges on the road lately? You might have seen some unfamiliar logos zipping past you. Names like BYD, GWM, Chery, and MG, now Chinese-owned, are everywhere. These brands are no longer just local players, they are making a global impact. It's not a trickle, it's a flood. The influx of Chinese cars is reshaping the market landscape. Chinese cars are rolling out worldwide, from London to Sydney. They are becoming a common sight in cities across the globe. This isn't a prediction, it's happening right now, shaking up the automotive world. The shift is already in motion. For decades, Germany, Japan, and America dominated with engineering, reliability, and muscle. These countries set the standard for automotive excellence. Now, China is here to take over. They are not just participating, they are leading the charge. Chinese manufacturers are producing everything from electric city cars to luxury SUVs packed with tech. They are catering to a wide range of consumer needs. This is no accident. The Chinese government invested billions, especially in electric vehicles. Their strategic investments are paying off. Gigafactories churn out cars at dizzying speed, and China controls much of the world's battery supply. This gives them a significant edge. This is more than selling cars. It's a play for global dominance. They are aiming to be the leaders in the automotive industry. We're at a crossroads, familiar brands on one side, ambitious Chinese newcomers on the other. The competition is heating up. These cars look great, are aggressively priced, and are popping up in showrooms everywhere. They are hard to ignore. But with any new player comes a big question. Are they any good? Can they match the quality and reliability of established brands? Are these shiny new cars hiding problems, or are they the real deal? Only time and rigorous testing will tell. It's time to pop the bonnet and see what made in China really means. We need to look under the hood and examine the details. The automotive landscape is changing fast. Be ready for it. The future of cars might look very different from what we're used to. Let's take a closer look. The journey into the new era of automobiles begins now. Be honest, when you hear made in China, do you think of premium quality? For most of us, the answer is probably no. That phrase tends to conjure up images of cheap, mass-produced goods rather than something you'd trust with your safety. Decades of buying low-cost, disposable products have shaped our perceptions, often reinforcing the idea that Chinese goods are built to a price, not a standard. So when that label appears on a car, a machine we trust with our lives and our families, it's only natural to feel a bit wary or even anxious. We've all bought a bargain that fell apart, whether it was a gadget, a toy, or a household appliance. Now imagine that disappointment, but with a 2-ton car that you rely on every day. Concerns about steel quality, electronics, and especially safety are real. Will the airbags work when you need them most? Will the electronics hold up over time? Will the brakes hold up in an emergency? These are serious questions that go far beyond minor inconveniences. Established brands like Ford and Toyota have earned trust over generations, building reputations for reliability and safety. Chinese brands, on the other hand, are new to many of us, with no legacy or long history to reassure buyers. Buying one can feel like a leap of faith, a risk that not everyone is willing to take. Early Chinese exports to Europe and Australia were frankly terrible, failing crash tests, rusting quickly, and leaving a bad taste that's hard to forget. Those first impressions linger, even as the industry improves and new models hit the market. The challenge isn't just building good cars, it's overcoming a tough reputation that's been built up over years. That ghost of cheap and nasty still haunts the showroom, making buyers second-guess even the most impressive new models. Changing minds is as hard as changing machines. It takes time, consistency, and a lot of proof. Can Chinese brands win our trust and prove they belong? That's their biggest hurdle, and the journey is only just beginning. Let's talk reality. Because while Chinese cars have made huge strides, there are still some bumps in the road that buyers should know about. Are there real problems with Chinese cars? Yes, some. Owners report software glitches, freezing screens, buggy navigation, and confusing menus. These tech issues can be frustrating, especially when you rely on your car's systems every day. Build quality can be inconsistent, shiny on the surface, but sometimes flimsy underneath. Mechanics spot panel gaps, cheap plastics, and sometimes even misaligned doors that don't close quite right. Interior trim can feel fragile, with parts that flex or rattle over bumps, making the car feel less solid than it looks. Some models struggled in early crash tests, raising questions about safety and long-term durability. And memories of those failures persist. Reports of premature wear, suspension, brakes, and other key components are not uncommon. This can mean higher running costs for some owners, with unexpected repairs cropping up sooner than expected. After-sales support is another issue. Long waits for parts, and sometimes difficulty even finding the right replacement. Few mechanics are familiar with these brands, so getting repairs done quickly and correctly can be a challenge. A car is only as good as its support network, and if you break down, help might not be as close as you'd hope. Some Chinese brands are still catching up, working to build trust and a stronger presence in new markets. These issues don't affect every model, and many improvements are happening fast. But they're real concerns for buyers. The industry is improving, and new models are addressing past weaknesses. Still, there's work to do. Quality control and customer support need to keep pace with the rapid innovation we're seeing. Reliability and support must match the speed of change. Only then will Chinese cars truly win over every driver. It's unfair to judge all Chinese cars by their early missteps. The latest models are a world apart from those first exports. Chinese brands have invested heavily in R&D and hired top talent from Audi, BMW, and Jaguar. Engineers from Europe and Japan are bringing expertise in safety and quality control. The results? Cars from NIO, BYD, and GWM now score 5 stars in Euro NCAP crash tests. High-strength steel, advanced safety systems, and more standard features than many rivals. Quality is rising fast. Tight panel gaps, premium interiors, and tech that works. Brands like Geely and BYD are closing the gap with established players. Dismissing Chinese cars as low quality is outdated. The game has changed, and perceptions need to catch up. Chinese cars are now serious contenders. The world is taking notice. When it comes to car quality, Germany sets the bar. Mercedes, BMW, Audi. Their engineering, precision, and that solid thunk when you close the door are legendary. The German driving experience, confidence, control, and comfort is the gold standard. Chinese brands are chasing this, but matching German finesse is tough. Yet German cars have become complex and expensive to fix, opening a door for challengers. Chinese brands offer similar tech and luxury at lower prices, aiming for value and reliability. In tech and showroom appeal, some Chinese EVs even outshine their German rivals. The final gap is in the subtle details: refinement, chassis feel, and long-term polish. Germans still lead here, but the Chinese are learning fast. Every new model closes the gap a little more. The race for premium is heating up. For reliability, Japan is the benchmark. Toyota, Honda, Mazda. Their cars are famous for lasting decades with minimal fuss. This reputation was built on relentless improvement and manufacturing excellence. Reliability means fewer repairs, lower costs, and peace of mind. Chinese brands want this trust, but it takes years to earn. Japanese brands are cautious, perfecting tech before mass adoption. Buyers trade flash for certainty, knowing their car will start every morning. Chinese brands face a challenge, proving their cars last as long as the competition. Long warranties, up to 8 years, are a statement of confidence. But true reliability is proven over time, not just with promises. Consistency across models and years is key. The journey to trust is just beginning. Chinese brands don't need to look far for inspiration, just to South Korea. In the 1990s, Hyundai and Kia were seen as cheap and forgettable. Today, they're global leaders, winning awards for quality and reliability. Their transformation came from relentless focus on quality, design, and long warranties. Hyundai's 10-year warranty was a game-changer, forcing buyers to reconsider. They hired top designers, revamped their image, and delivered stylish, reliable cars. The result? Korean brands now rival the best from Japan and Europe. This blueprint, quality, confidence, and design, is what Chinese brands are following. The Korean story proves perceptions can change within a generation. It takes investment, patience, and a bold approach. Chinese brands are on the same path. The world is watching to see if they can pull it off. The stakes have never been higher. So, should you buy a Chinese car? The answer isn't simple. It depends on the brand, the model, and what you value most. If you want maximum value, Chinese cars are hard to ignore, loaded with features for less money. Tech lovers will find advanced gadgets and safety kit at unbeatable prices. But if you plan to keep your car for a decade, long-term durability is still unproven. Will the tech and materials last? What about resale value? Established brands offer peace of mind, but Chinese cars are closing the gap. The best advice? Do your homework. Read reviews, watch tests, and listen to real owners. Take a thorough test drive. Poke, prod, and ask tough questions. Check warranty, servicing, and parts availability. Don't dismiss or blindly trust. Be informed. A smart buyer is a prepared buyer. What's next? The Chinese automotive dragon is wide awake and it's not slowing down. Expect more models, more choice, and fierce competition. Great news for consumers. Chinese brands are leading in battery tech, EVs, and in-car software. The next battleground is innovation. Longer range, faster charging, smarter cars. But the biggest challenge remains, building trust through reliability and service. It's a long, expensive journey, but the Korean example shows it's possible. The car industry is being shaken up like never before. We'll keep testing, reporting, and telling you the truth. Subscribe to stay on top of this automotive revolution. The story of Chinese cars is just getting started.